Welcome to What the Flick, everybody. An all-star cast. Actually, it's the same cast, but it's still an all-star cast.
We're still stars.
Yeah, totally. Christy Lemire from the AP and Ebert Presents at the Movies on PBS. Check your local listings. Matt Atchity, editor-in-chief, Rotten Tomatoes, America's preeminent movie website.
It really is. I saw Daniel Tosh mention the tomato meter the other night.
We were shocked.
That was really cool.
We did not pay him.
That was really cool. You've made it, my friend.
I'm the new associate, by the way, Amelia Greenleaf.
Jack Wolf.
Nice to meet you.
We're doing The Other Woman.
I'm married.
So this is Natalie Portman starring in The Other Woman as the other woman, which is a really uncomfortable fit for her. And she breaks up this marriage. It's this lawyer who's married to a doctor, and they have a little boy. She breaks up their marriage, and melodramatic hijinks ensue.
Amelia and Jack, may their marriage be long and fruitful.
I'm so happy that you're expecting.
Jack! Jack! Call 911!
Why is she dead? I don't want her back.
That's not one of your choices, honey.
You need to take an active role in your own grief. We are not a mistake.
When I saw this the first time, I remember more ballet dancing, but I
remember more cutting herself.
Yeah, exactly. But
more fun that way.
More scratching.
What was your takeaway from this?
This movie is crap.
No, really, that was the takeaway.
Crap.
And there's your blurb.
How they got Natalie Portman to star in a Lifetime movie, I don't know.
My problem was it was an early problem right away. Is that the Scott Cohen plays who became her husband. It was the marriage she broke up. And Lisa Kudrow was the guy's wife, the first wife, plays the doctor. There was no heat, no passion. It was hard to understand what drew them to each other in the first place. I mean, there are little scenes of them texting each other, and they were on a business trip, and they went for each other, and I get how maybe that would happen. But why they fell in love and were prepared to upset their whole lives for each other was baffling to me, and then I never bought sort of one moment of their relationship after that. And I thought I thought he was weak from start to finish.
Right. He's not good looking. He's not funny.
Right.
He's not sexy. There's no chemistry. But also the scene where he follows her down the hallway to her hotel room should be like fraught with tension. You should be going, oh my God, what's going to happen? Who's going to make a move? But the music, Don Roos directed this. The music in the background is like do kind of jaunty, like whimsical. What's going to happen? Kind of music.
Right.
But,
it doesn't, and you know something's going to happen because you know it's the whole point. The movie's called The Other Woman.
And well, this is a flashback.
And it's also a flashback.
So you know they're together.
Right, but you want this heat, nothing, and you know what's going to happen, and there's nothing there. There's no drama whatsoever.
Not, and a lot of the problem too is it jumps around really jarringly in tone. So you have these melodramatic moments, and then these awkward moments of reconciliation, and then there's a lot of bawling, and it's awkward. Yeah.
She's not likable, Natalie Portman, in this, and I'm not sure whether she's supposed to be or not. And there are brief moments of likability when she has some scenes with the kid, right?
Sort of, but like she's kind of a bitch to him. Like
I don't think so.
Often, I think
she's a bitch. I think she's sort of like a no-nonsense. She's like not like a cuddly woman, but I think she's trying to get to know him in a playful way.
The kid's kind of a jerk to her too. I mean, you're supposed to be sympathetic to the kid because he's a kid, I guess. But
and his parents.
But none of the characters in this are likable, right? And then there's Lisa Kudrow's just. I almost can't say anything. Apparently, if she's the best OBGYN in New York, she's also the biggest bitch in New York.
Yeah.
Right?
It's tough. But then there's one, I thought, really, really, really good scene in the movie, and it's a late scene in the film between a sort of a brief détente between Lisa Kudrow and Natalie Portman in Lisa Kudrow's office. I did think...
No, that was a good scene, and I think it's a measure
nice
of Kudrow's talent as an actress that she can take what was previously a completely one-dimensional character and show this character actually doing something that she clearly doesn't want to do. And in spite of what she wants, she's actually trying to, if not extend an olive branch, do something that she's been goaded into.
Right, because you can see she's uncomfortable doing it, but does it anyway. I thought it was a really nice. I thought that was an impressive scene,
and that was a good scene. And the rest of this movie is crap.
I know you thought. I thought you thought there were some nice scenes between Natalie Portman and the kid.
Yeah, because they kid each other, and he's very uptight. He's the kind of neurotic, precocious kid you only see in movies. Like he's obsessive compulsive about germs and only eats pudding made from soy. And she is more fun in theory and tries again to loosen up. And their banter is kind of cute. They have some funny moments together. That's about it, though.
Lauren Ambrose plays a friend of hers in the movie. I love Lauren Ambrose. Why doesn't Lauren Ambrose work more?
I don't know. She's barely in there. She's in like 2 scenes. And the dude with the scarf from Rent.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Also in this.
Right, he plays
her token gay friend.
Right, her token gay friend.
There are huge gaping holes in like emotional resonance here in terms of, does anybody feel the slightest bit guilty that this marriage has been broken up, that they had it's hurt this child?
Yeah.
No one ever addresses that. It's like, oh yay, Jack and Emilia, congratulations, you're together.
And it's like you're supposed to make some leap about, when you find out what may have, why her baby may have died, and you're supposed to almost make this leap. Like,
oh yeah, that's a really good point.
Oh, well, so maybe Natalie Portman's character, maybe Emilia has been, this is her way of dealing with grief and the guilt that she carries, but you never get a sense of, even in the flashback scenes, like you never get a sense that she was any different before losing the baby.
This movie failed on a lot of levels. The real quick question before we get to the reviews, but it's not such a bad moment it's not like a Norbit moment, which like for Eddie Murphy. It's not going to cost her.
This is not Norbit.
It's not going to cost her.
There's no strings attached.
Not going to cost her an Oscar.
No. I think
those were better to watch than this.
The Oscar-nominated Norbit.
Right, that's right.
For its makeup. No, she'll still win the Oscar. This won't hurt her, I don't think. Do you think it'll hurt her?
No.
Yeah.
No, nobody will see it. It's in 2 theaters.
What do you give it, Christy?
A 3.
All right, 3. Matt, I think you're going to go under that, aren't you?
I am. I'm giving it a 2.
All right, look at that. What gets a 1 if you give this a 2?
Because that scene with Lisa Kudrow was a good scene.
Oh, really?
I thought that gets the 2. The rest of this movie is just garbage.
We agree on that. I gave it a 3, so it's a 2.7 there for the other woman. Skip it on pay-per-view, skip it in the theater, skip it when you can watch it on Cinemax later. Skip it.